Well, good evening, Syracuse Shock football fans, and welcome again to LiveSportsVideo.com, where you'll be seeing the Syracuse Shock take on the Vermont Ice Storm this week. Last week, Syracuse defeated Albany out in Albany by a score of 36-27, and Syracuse improving to 3-0 this year in the EFL. Vermont coming in. Vermont coming in out of Vermont, obviously, where they make lots of maple syrup. Maple syrup, fantastic. And so we'll see what the Ice Storm can bring this week here as we get ready to kick off in Fulton. And Vermont on the year 2-2. They are currently fifth in the EFL.
Are you Jared?
Live announcer. Toss. Syracuse has won the coin toss, and Vermont will receive. They will receive the ball in the second half. That's how football works. Back to return for Syracuse tonight. That'd be number 3, Jeremy Barnwell. University. So we'll see what he can do, the former Bull. Everything's set up. I believe we're ready for football, if I'm not mistaken. Kicking off for Vermont will be number 6, James Prano, out of Liverpool, New York. 6 feet, 175 pounds. Ready to go here. I'm not sure what the delay is. Is a start of football enough official field, and we seem to have done that at 7:36 in the evening. For kickoff here. Set to receive, and short kickoff over. And it's muffed. I've not just goes out of bounds. Start at their own. Where TJ Sheard is set to start the offense. See how I just faded out of that slide. You take the slider and slide it that way. They'll fade this out. In the backfield for Syracuse, 5'10". Flash very capable of tracking over 200 yards on the line scrimmage. So Sheard will step behind center. And Sheard on the year, 13 attempts. He gives this one to Gordon. Gordon bouncing right, stays on his feet, and he's pushed out of bounds at the 41-yard line. Nice hard run by Dwayne Gordon for a quick 6 on the first play from scrimmage for Syracuse. So Sheard on the year, 13 attempts for 53 yards, I believe this says, rushing. Passing on the year, Sheard is 45 for 103 attempts, 45 completions, 592 yards. That's a completion percentage of 43.7%. 8 touchdowns on the year, and most of those have gone to number 9, Tyrone Burke. Burke setting up on the right side this time. A fullback give up the middle for a first down, and that line just keeps on pushing all the way down to the 48-yard line of Syracuse. So we have a first down. Syracuse shock. Handoff, I believe, was given to number 35, James Chaplin. And Chaplin carries his weight all the way down to the 49, and Syracuse has a new set of downs to work with 13:45 left to go here in the first. James Chaplin, 102 yards on the season in 24 gives. Sheard setting up in the strong set, 2 wide receivers to his right. Play action, back to pass. Sheard avoiding the rush, steps up, takes a licking over the middle, and TJ Sheard just got his bell rung at the 45-yard line as the helmet goes flying off of his head. So incomplete. It'll be 2nd and 10 after a monstrous hit from the outside linebacker of Vermont. That was number 30, Aaron Webster, who just came across and absolutely buried TJ Sheard. So Sheard again here on 2nd down. It'll be 2nd and 10. Ball on the 48-yard line. Going in motion for Syracuse. Number 14, Dwayne Milton, give left. And about a 5-yard gain. It'll be now 2nd and 5. 3rd and 5 now for TJ Sheard as the run got him over the halfway point to about the 52-yard line. The 52-yard line existed. 48-yard line now for TJ Sheard and company. Sheard has yet to find a wide receiver in this drive, yet to complete a pass. Sheard back to pass again, stepping up, looking left, still looking left. He's going to take off and run. Minimal gain on the play, and it'll be 4th down for Syracuse. Now Syracuse, as fans might note, they didn't have much of a special teams squad earlier this season, but that has changed. That's changed because Watertown has gotten rid of their kicker. Zach Grulich was ultimately released this past week by Watertown, the EFL, and actually Syracuse signed him down a kicker. Now Syracuse won't have to go for 2 after touchdowns. TJ Sheard, 4th down. They're going to go for it. Sheard back to pass, looking across the middle. Caught by number 5, that would be Tyler Gage. And Tyler Gage pretty close to a first down, and I believe he's got it. Yes, he does. So first down Syracuse here with 11:09 to go in the first quarter. Ball's placed on the 40-yard line. Sheard putting together a nice drive after taking that hit earlier. Vermont coming out in a 4-3 defense. As of right now, it looks like a 5-2. Sheard avoiding the rush again, looking left. He's got a wide open Tyler Gage. Touchdown, Syracuse. So Syracuse leading 6-0 after a 40-yard pass to Tyler Gage for the touchdown. Syracuse up early here. That is That's Gage's second touchdown reception of the year for him, and he can tack on 40 yards to his yard total for the season. 10:29 to go. And Syracuse kicking, like I said, Zach Grulich, who was here about 3 weeks ago when Watertown came into Fulton. And we noticed something odd and peculiar about Grulich. He kicks barefoot. So the caveman kick is up and good for Grulich. And Syracuse now leads 7-0, 10:30 left here in the first quarter. So Grulich, rumors had said he kicks off with a shoe, but apparently not. Grulich will kick off barefoot here, back to receive for Syracuse, or back to receive for Vermont. Excuse me. It's number 5. Kickoff taken by number 25, who is not listed on the roster I was given. So number 25, not listed on the roster I was given, takes it all the way down to the Vermont 37-yard line. It's where number 16, Tim Knoch, will set up in the shotgun, and already the hard snap count, Syracuse will be going down. 5-yard penalty for offsides. Just waiting to get the call here from the referee crew. And it indeed is encroachment. So 5-yard penalty, 3 yards for Vermont. Their first offensive play from scrimmage. So Knoch will come back out. He's got 4 wide receivers in the shotgun formation. Knoch back to pass, throwing deep downfield, right side, way out of bounds. But we do have a flag that was thrown around the 40-yard line. It will be pass interference, but on who is the question. And defensive pass interference, that's an automatic first down for the Ice Storm. So no playing yards, but already 20 yards of penalty yards for Syracuse here in the first 2 plays on defense. So not the start Kenny Anderson was looking for. Syracuse has to get back into this game mentally, defensively, quickly before Vermont takes over here. So Knoch, third play from scrimmage, again in the shotgun formation. Tall, lengthy kid, 6'3", 225, or excuse me, 6'4", 210 pounds from South Burlington, Vermont. Knoch back to pass, throwing over the middle.
I'll meet you at Lakeview.
So again, 3 yards for Knoch and company as they make their way over the 50 to the Syracuse 47-yard line. Knoch back to pass, looking left. He's got 3 wideouts. Pass complete to number 19, Dustin Young, and Young taken out of bounds. And Knoch has this team moving. Syracuse looking lazy, lackadaisical on defense. Knoch taking advantage here and getting his team quickly back up to the line. And pardon me, that last pass was caught by number 89, Stephen Paul. Knoch back to pass again. 3 wide receivers to his left. Steps up, avoids the rush. Throwing, hard right. Pass is complete. Out of bounds by Captain Rob Joy. And Joy has an ice storm. First down here. 9 minutes to go in the first quarter. Knoch has himself a nice little drive being put together. And again, that hard snap count causing Syracuse to jump off sides. And Charmaine Smith, linebacker from Fowler, looked like he jumped the rush just a little bit, and that'll be a cause for penalty again. Well, so it was false start on offense. So it'll be 1st and 15 now for Knoch. Three wide receivers to the right. Trips right for Knoch. Fakes the pass, and it looked like a botched play for Vermont as Syracuse gets in there and takes down the quarterback for a 2-yard loss. 2nd and 17 now. 2nd and 17 for Vermont with 7:55 to go here in the first quarter. So on 2nd down, Knoch over the middle and just out of the reach of his wide out. 3 Syracuse shock defenders were in position to make that play if necessary. Fans, good time to tell you about Gannon Pest Control. They're a proud supporter of the Syracuse Shock. Get your house protected now with the bee preventative treatment. Get half off an exterior ant service today. Call 454-8672 for more or go to GannonPestControl.com. That number again, 454-8672 or GannonPestControl.com. Knoch looking right, throwing, blocked at the line of scrimmage, up in the air, and it'll fall down incomplete. Nice play by the defensive lineman for Syracuse. 4th down, and it looks like the offense is staying out on the field for Vermont. 4th and a mile. They have to get it into the red zone to have any shot at a first down. Knoch getting the play from the sideline. So 4th down for Vermont here. This is a big momentum shifter if he can get it, and it looks like Tim Knoch is going to be brought down at the 40-yard line. And a turnover on downs as Syracuse, after a rough defensive start, has a nice conclusion to that defensive stop. And it says here, Tim Knox coming into the game, 98% completion rate, 48 for 49, 520 yards and 2 touchdowns. Also 2 interceptions and a long of 48 yards on the year. His favorite target looks to be number 6, Stephen Paul or Rob Joy. Sheard going to give the ball to Flash Gordon. Gordon trying to find some room at the line of scrimmage, and he is stopped at the 35-yard line and shoved down after the play. Referees came in too late to see it. But Dwayne Gordon, a loss on the play, and it'll be 2nd and 15 for Syracuse. Dwayne Gordon has not been able to get the ball moving here tonight early. 6 minutes left to go in the first. So Sheard back in the shotgun formation. Tyrone Burke and Tyler Gage opposite sides respectively. Over the middle, caught by Gordon. Gordon trying to wrestle his way for more yardage, but a nice catch by Dwayne Gordon, and that is going to be, I believe, a first down for Syracuse. And yes, it is. As my esteemed colleague has told me, the ball is now being placed on the 52-yard line. So I believe in correct terms it'll be placed on the 48-yard line of Vermont. This is where T.J. Sheard will have another chance at a touchdown. That 40-yard pass earlier to Tyler Gage is the only scoring play we have here tonight. So Sheard in the I formation, looks like a botched play, and T.J. Sheard ends up getting positive yardage, a 3-yard dive. It looked like up to about the 45, in between the 45 and the 44. So second down. Second down, about 7 for Sheard. And don't underestimate T.J. Sheard's running ability either. On the season, he has 13 attempts for 53 yards in the EFL. Sheard back to pass, throwing over the middle, dropped. Intended receiver on the play was Dwayne Milton. And it'll be 3rd down and 7 for Syracuse. See Zach Grulich over on the side getting warmed up. He was asked earlier if he could kick a 46-yard field goal, and he said no problem. So I believe that will be the target yard marker for Grulich here tonight. So Sheard, 3rd down, back to pass, looking left. Still looking left, now avoiding the rush, gets a block. Finds Gordon, and Gordon again close to a first down. So that's 2 catches in a row for Dwayne Gordon. And I believe we do have a first down. Yes, we do. So 2 catches for first downs for Dwayne Gordon. 3:30 remaining here in the first quarter. Syracuse actually not exploding on offense here early, and it's actually been a pretty competitive game. So Sheard will set up again. He's got Milton moving from right to left. Handoff given to Gordon. Gordon moving right, still moving right, bouncing over tacklers, and he's at the 25-yard line where he's finally pushed out. Dwayne Gordon bulldozing over players and continuing to move the feet for positive yardage. First down, Syracuse. Dwayne Gordon on the year, as of last weekend, has 70 rushing attempts for 725 yards, an average of over 10 yards a rush. 10 touchdowns on the year for Flash, and a long of 89 yards. Believe broken against Watertown. Chaplin moving. Toss play left to Gordon. Gordon getting a lead block, and he'll be into the red zone down to the 15-yard line as we have a plethora of Vermont players diving in after the ball. So the rushing game is not struggling early, but definitely is not seeing the explosive outbursts it's used to. That's for sure. But one problem Syracuse might have on the offensive line this week is the missing presence of one big number 74, Jamie Hankey. Hankey called to work actually this weekend down in Watkins Glen, so he will be not available for this game. Handoff given up the middle. Gordon, who's inside the 10-yard line, tripped and has fallen down to the 5-6 line, and it'll be second and 6 feet. So 2nd and 6 feet for Sheard. Comes out. 2 wide receivers on the left. I think Sheard might try the fade into the back of the end zone for either Burke or Gage. Ball given up the middle to Gordon, and who else? Dwayne Gordon. Of course. I should have known. He has 10 touchdowns, make it 11. Dwayne Gordon running up the middle for a 6-yard touchdown run, 13-0. Syracuse leads here with less than a minute to go. And Grulich will come out and kick the extra point. Kick is up and good. So Syracuse now leading 14-0 here with 33.5 remaining after that Dwayne Gordon 6-yard touchdown run. So back to receive for Vermont, it'll be number 1, Scott Dennis. 5'8", 190-pound defensive back from Milton, Vermont. Not familiar with the area, but I've heard good things about it. And Dennis will take this one at approximately the 19-yard line. And he gets all the way to about the 27, where he's wrapped up by a gang of shock. And that's where number 16, Tim Knoch will come back out for his second possession. Knoch put together a nice drive that was helped out by Syracuse. They mentally were not there early on defense, trying to jump the snap and not focusing on the ball, but that seems to be cleared. And Syracuse actually made a nice defensive stop on fourth down. So Syracuse showing blitz again up the middle. Knoch rolling out right side, has a man downfield, overshoots him. And the pass falls incomplete, and that'll mark the end of the first quarter. 14-0 Syracuse on top over the Vermont Ice Storm after one. Fans, we thank you for joining us tonight on LiveSportsVideo.com. I'm your play-by-play man, Jim Morgan. So we'll see what Syracuse can do here in the second quarter on defense, as they're probably getting a talking to right now, not to jump the snap and keep their head in it. And this Syracuse team is very talented. They can just continue to keep their emotions in check. So 14-0 here as we start the second quarter. Ball has been placed on the other side of the field, and fans, River Vista Banquet Facility is a proud supporter of the Syracuse Shock. River Vista is located on the picturesque Oswego River. River Vista is a full-service banquet facility welcoming weddings, holiday and retirement parties, corporate meetings and events, family and class reunions. Call today for your reservation, 592-2855, or go to rivervistacenter.com. That's all one word, rivervistacenter.com, for your reservation and booking today. So here we go, the offense of Vermont Ice Storm having to move a bit quickly. Having to move a bit here, and Tim Knoch, again, that shotgun formation, four wide receivers, dual threats on both sides. Syracuse in what seems to be a nickel with one defensive back. Vermont running the reverse. Ball was given to Jason Young. And Young takes it all the way up to the 40. First down on what was nice ball movement by Vermont. Vermont, as I can tell, is a very well-disciplined team. So Knoch back to pass, throwing left, caught at the 45. Initial tackle is missed, but receivers pushed out of bounds. Receiver Jared Lucier from St. Albans, Vermont. So it'll be 2nd and 4 for Knoch and company. Sounds like a law firm. And clear offsides by Syracuse as number 57, Ralph Kinsey, just completely disregarded the fact that the ball has to be snapped before you can jump over the line of scrimmage. Apparently rules don't apply to him. We're just kidding, Ralph. We know you tried to jump the snap. So the focus on the Syracuse defense has to be the bad timing on trying to jump the snap, the shotgun snap, getting the early head start. That's a down point for the Syracuse defense, but a nice play there as the ball was knocked away by LaRon Brown, defensive back out of Coffeyville Community College. So it'll be second down, ball on the 49-yard line of Syracuse. Tim Knoch trying to put something together here. 13:40 to go in the first half. Knoch back to pass. Rush is coming over the middle, and the pass is short. Intended receiver on the play was number 89, Stephen Paul. And from the looks of it, it looked like Jaquan Williams had a nice tight hold on the receiver, not allowing that ball to get in there. Nice defensive play by Syracuse here, and we have third down. Third down and 10. Trips right for Knoch. Five-step drop and a screen over the middle to the tight end, Rob Joy. Nothing doing on that play, so it'll be fourth down, and I believe the punt team will come out this time for Vermont. Back to receive for Syracuse. Number 13, Brian Cunningham. Punt is away. Punt is away and taken by Cunningham. And we have a flag down as Cunningham is run out of bounds. Vermont is screaming for a roughing the kicker. I would have to agree. Flat out missed that one. So Cunningham being run out of bounds over to about the 25-yard line. Flags on the play. We're waiting to see what the call is. Flag came pretty late, so I'd have to assume it'd be some type of personal foul. And we have holding on Syracuse, so that'll drop them back. Penalty was ultimately declined. So looks like Vermont will be keeping the ball after that penalty on Syracuse. So the handoff will be given to number 23, Jason Young, and Young wrapped up behind the line. Ball is loose and is recovered by Syracuse. Nice defensive stop. Picking up the fumble for Syracuse was number 47, E.J. Mayweather. So a nice job by the Syracuse defense turning a negative right back into a positive. Now Syracuse has better field position than they would have if they would have received the punt. Syracuse now starting on their own 35-yard line instead of their own 25. So a nice job by the shock defense and continuing to be aggressive. So again, down another member of the chain gang. And here we go after a mild delay. Sheared back behind center. Handoff given to Gordon. Gordon stopped at the line of scrimmage, manages to keep his balance for a few more yards, and ends up getting a 4-yard gain out of it. So Dwayne Gordon continuing to move his feet and putting this team in good field position to get a first down. Funny, Tyrone Burke has yet to receive anything his way tonight. 7 touchdowns on the year for Burke, 354 yards. And 23 catches. A handoff again given to Gordon. Goes one way, faking the other, and now he turns back, heading upfield. And Dwayne Gordon, again, something out of nothing. It's 3rd down and 2. Even got a block from Sheard. So 10:35 left here in the first half. Play action could be coming up for Syracuse after 2 running plays in a row. 3rd and short, we'll see what Kenny Anderson has under his hat. Goal line offense for Sheard. And flags on the play, delay a game on the offense. So what was a 3rd and 1 is now a 3rd and 6. So after the laundry, Syracuse will reset and try again here. 3rd and 6 from their own 38-yard line. High snap, Sheard back to pass, stepping up, avoiding the rush momentarily. Fumble on the ground. It is recovered by Syracuse at the 25-yard line. 4th and an eternity coming up for the Shock. And TJ Sheard is just not having any time to look downfield tonight. Sheard just having to avoid rush after rush after rush. And luckily, big number 50 for Syracuse, Tex Hamilton, gobbled that ball up, and Syracuse will have a chance to force Vermont into a tough situation. Kick is away. It'll be taken at the 40. by Vermont, running left. Down the sideline, and horse collar tackle at the 39, and Vermont is going crazy. They saw it. I saw it up here in the booth, and there it is. So a horse collar tackle will be put on Syracuse, and we do have a shock player down all the way back at the 34. Fans of Syracuse Shock would like to thank the following for their support: the Off-Broadway Dance Center, home of the Syracuse Shockettes, the Tavern on the Lock, the official after-party location of the Shock, Mystic Music DJ Service, Mimi's Drive-In, and Kathy Cakes. For some great treats, check out the merchandise booth. So Devon Drake looks to be okay. He's limping off. And play will resume. Play will resume at the 25-yard line after that 15-yard penalty on the punt return. 8:19 to go here remaining in the first half. High formation. First power set for Vermont this half. Handoff given to number 23, Jason Young, who goes right, cuts back left, and he's taken out at about the 15-yard line. So Young getting all the way to the 18-yard line, second and 4 for Knoch. And Knoch again going with the power set I formation. Handoff given up the middle to number 3, Akeem Williams. And Akeem Williams will not go anywhere. Stop for a loss on the play. 3rd and 6 for Knoch. So after trying something different and having no success, Vermont has elected to go back to the shotgun formation. That's been very successful here in the first half. Play action, and nice catch made by number 88, Rob Joy, going up and getting that one. And he's brought down about a yard short of a first down. So no decision here as the offense will stay out onto the field on 4th and 1. Knoch, all he has to do is sneeze, and he has a first down. 6:10 to go in the first half. Quarterback keeper up the middle, and Vermont says they have it. Syracuse says they don't. And they're going to go out and they're not going to measure this. Apparently it was decisive. Line judge saying it's a first down. So nice job by Tim Knoch getting over that first down line and having a fresh set of downs here on 1st and 10, ball on the 14. Going for that fade, back part of the end zone, and perfect placement. Tim Knoch throwing a dart to the left side for Joy. Touchdown, Rob Joy. Flag on the play, though. And this one's going to be coming back. Illegal substitution on Vermont. That's costly as Knoch. He couldn't do much better than that. Absolutely perfect placement on that corner fade to Joy. Tom Brady couldn't have placed it right there. Oh, my goodness. Nice play. Timeout on the field here. 5:22 to go. Linebacker Eric Southerden, who's injured, will be taking the water duties this week for Syracuse. Fans, good time to tell you about Champions Martial Arts. They're a proud supporter of the Syracuse Shock. They believe in building champions in life one lesson at a time. You can take the first step today to becoming a champion. Call 491-8822 or go to thechampionsma.com. That number again, 315-491-8822 or go to thechampionsma.com. First down and 15 here as Knoch is pushed back 5 yards after the illegal substitution. Ball be now on the 17-yard line. I formation for the Ice Storm. Handoff given up the middle to Akeem Williams. And Williams is again stopped. Second down after that 3-inch gain by Williams. Just about halftime here, 5 minutes remaining in the second quarter. Syracuse leading 14-0. If you're just joining us on livesportsvideo.com, we welcome you. I'm Jim Morgan, your play-by-play announcer. Thank you for tuning in tonight. Knoch back to pass, throwing fade right, just out of the hands of number 21, Corey Matthew. No relation to Tyron Honey Badger Matthew on the LSU team, I believe. Spelled the same way, though, so one could get that confused. Third down and a mile. 3rd and 13 for Vermont. Still looking to get into the end zone. Had the one play that was a touchdown was nullified by an illegal substitution. Knoch back to pass, going toward the end zone. Pass is incomplete. Intended receiver was Akeem Williams in the end zone, and Jaquan Williams made a nice play on the ball to break that one up. So 4th down and decision time. And it looks like the kicker will come out this time. No, they won't. Vermont will stay out on... Actually, Knoch is the holder as well, so that'll be that. They will bring the kicker on. Kick is up, sidewinder, and good. Kick was made by Prano. And it's 14-3 here. 4:30 left to go in the first half. So Vermont on that drive didn't get discouraged after that illegal substitution. Managed to still get some points on the board, although they would have liked to score that touchdown. But nonetheless, they are still within striking distance here in the first half. And that's more than most teams can say against Syracuse. Soprano set to kick off. Back to receive for Syracuse, number 3, Jeremy Barnwell. Short kickoff. Ball's taken at the 43-yard line. And all the way down to the 45. Actually, that kickoff was taken at the 37. So an 8-yard return for number 8, Charmaine Smith. If I'm Syracuse, I want to get this drive going early. I'd give some touches to Dwayne Gordon here to start things off. Gordon not really doing much this first half. He does have a touchdown. He does have significant yards, don't get me wrong. He just hasn't broken one deep yet. This Vermont team is they're stifling against the run. And Gordon, though, being the talent that he is, has managed to get some positive yards against it. Sheard looking right, still looking right. And pass is caught at the 49-yard line of Syracuse. 4-yard gain on the play. Looked like Sheard was looking deep for Burke, who was double covered around the 35. 3:35 to go in the first half, and TJ Sheard, if he doesn't get into the end zone, definitely wants to get in a field goal position for Grulich. TJ Sheard dump pass to Gordon. Gordon over the 50 at the 45, and he does have a first down. Dwayne Gordon keeping the chains moving here. 3 minutes now left to go in the first half of play. So Sheard will come back in the shotgun formation, dual threats on both sides of the line. Delayed handoff given to Gordon. Gordon, 8-yard gain on the play. He'll get all the way to the 35-yard line. So 2 minutes and 15 seconds left to go. And Syracuse is on the opposing 35. Sheard again with the shotgun formation. Getting everybody back to the line, calling out the signals. And the 2-minute warning is upon us. So that means one thing. It means it's a good time to tell you folks about Coin Textile Services. They're a proud supporter of the Shock. Coin Textile is one of the largest privately owned uniform rental establishments in the entire United States. Coin rents, leases, sells, and launders textile products, including workplace uniforms, career apparel, protective garments, shop towels, and more. For more, go to cointextileservices.com, all one word, COYNE, textileservices.com. So Sheard, after the 2-minute warning timeout, will set up shop on the Vermont 35. Sheard running up the middle, quarterback keeper, and he's got positive yardage up the middle, and TJ Sheard risking his life, essentially, getting all the way up to the 19-yard line. A nice play by Sheard and caught Vermont off guard. This game seems to be the old school way of football tonight, the chess match. Exploiting holes and utilizing those holes on offense. So Sheard again will set up in the shotgun formation. This time delayed handoff to Gordon. Gordon breaks a man at the line, breaks another man, and a third, and could not get away from the third. Tripped up at the 13-yard line. Fancy footwork by Dwayne Gordon on it. Apparently that's why they call him Flash. 1:15 left to go here. Syracuse on top of Vermont 14-3 in this EFL league game. Vermont coming in at 2-2, standing fifth in the league. Syracuse on top at 3-1. Timeout has been called on the field. Fans, Champions Martial Arts is a proud supporter of the Syracuse Shock. Champions believes in building champions in life one lesson at a time. Take the first step to becoming a champion today. Call 491-8822 or go to thechampionsma.com. Sheard avoiding the rush, looking deep, picked off in the end zone by Vermont. What a catch by Nate Dolan. 5'10" D-back from Underhill, Vermont. What a catch, and Dolan apparently can jump out of the gym. So after the turnover and the touchback, with a minute left, it looks like Knoch is going to try and do something on offense and almost return the favor to Syracuse. Pass falls incomplete, was almost picked off by the safety. So second down with under a minute remaining here on their own 20. As Knoch has four wide receivers in this set. Syracuse looking to blitz the linebackers up the middle. Going deep. And the pass is incomplete. Intended receiver on the play was Stephen Paul. Paul looked to be getting held a little bit, but incidental contact. Third down and 10 from their own 20 with 53.1 seconds remaining. Fans, FTS Office Supply, located at 308 Oneida Street in Fulton, is your local source for all your office and school supplies. FTS is celebrating 65 years servicing the Central New York communities. FTS, we do more for less. And false start on the offense. We've got movement from offensive lineman Nick Hansen, number 64. So that'll drop Vermont back another 5 yards to the 15. So Knoch, delayed handoff is stopped immediately at the line of scrimmage. Stopped absolutely immediately by the linebacker for Syracuse. I believe that was number 19, Stephen Cunningham. So with 45 seconds remaining, timeout is on the field. And fans, again, Pomco Group is a proud supporter of the Syracuse Shock. They provide insurance benefits for all your employees. They'll do it right the first time. And no problems there. So Pomco Group for all your employee benefits and services. So back to punt. Short punt and will not be returned. Just goes out of bounds at the 38-yard line. And again, fans, Pomco Group, one of the nation's largest independent third-party administrators, emphasizing in customized, flexible health benefit plans and self-funded retirement plans. They were established in 1978 and they're comprised of special divisions with a united focus on offering customized self-insurance benefits and business outsourcing options to organizations across the country. For more, go to pomcogroup.com, POMCO group.com. So after the turnover on downs, it'll be TJ Sheard with the final chance to get the Syracuse Shock into the end zone. And Sheard back to pass into the flat and dropped by number 19. By number 18. Derek Serino. And Serino definitely would like to have that one back. And Serino on the year, 3 catches for 34 yards, an average of 11 yards a catch for a long of 22. No touchdowns for Serino in this year of football. So Sheard back to pass. Here we go again on second down, avoiding the rush, rolling right. Stays behind the line and pushed out of bounds was Tyrone Burke, who makes the catch. And it'll be third down and short with under 30 ticks to play. So Syracuse does have an option that they haven't had in past games, and that's the option to kick the field goal after picking up Zach Grulich, after picking up Grulich from Watertown. Syracuse does have the option to kick a long field goal if necessary. And this would be where the target line should be for Grulich. Sheard avoiding the rush. Holding, it looks like, in the offensive line as the flag is thrown. Sheard running for a first down and out of bounds, but we'll see if the play is nullified after we get the call from the official. Assumptions have been confirmed. It is holding on Syracuse. And unless Grulich has an iron leg, I don't believe he'll be kicking the field goal. Sheard will come out. Shotgun. Tyrone Burke hasn't seen much action here tonight, so we'll see if he gets involved before halftime. Sheard back to pass. Throws it to Milton, who cannot get out of bounds. Clock will tick away. And that'll be it. It is halftime here. Poor clock management on Syracuse's part, but nonetheless, they do go into halftime with a lead, 14-3 over the Vermont Ice Storm. We'll be back on livesportsvideo.com in about 15 minutes for the second half. So here we are. Night has fallen in Fulton, New York, as we are set to start the second half. Syracuse will be kicking off. Back to receive for Vermont, will be number 1 Scott Dennis. Screaming line drive as kick is taken by Dennis, spinning all the way down. He's now down at the 13-yard line. A flag, though, is back at the 36. I believe Syracuse jumped the kick just a little bit early. So just a bit early. And Vermont will be forced to receive the football again, and we'll have a do-over after 10 seconds have been knocked off here. So they'll line up, and we'll try this one again. Same old song and dance. Well, they'll kick off from the 30 this time, so a 5-yard penalty. And Grulich will kick it shorter this time. Oh, and knocked out of bounds. Knocked out of bounds at the 50. Number 47, Sam Jones, was absolutely demolished after the kickoff, after he was pushed out of bounds, and that'll be 15 yards after the play. Helmet to helmet after the play was over. Personal foul. That's not a very smart penalty. So after 2 kickoffs and 2 penalties, Tim Knoch will finally get to start the second half on the Syracuse 38-yard line.
Coach wanted to send me up here, said that number 4.
So Tim Knoch on second down. Bad snap, and again another flag on the play. Pass is caught by Jason Young, and he's taken down on the left side. About the 37-yard line. We'll see if that play counts or not. Five-yard penalty. And Grulich just continues to get free yards here on offense. So Knoch, deep pass, caught at the 15-yard line, caught by number 89, Stephen Paul. And Jaquan Williams will make the tackle on the play. A significant gain for Knoch and company, and they're in the red zone here, threatening with 13:15 to go in the third quarter. Knoch back to pass again, throwing right in the flat, and this time Paul is covered well. Quick toss falls incomplete. Onto the track it'll roll, and it'll be second down. It'll be second down as the critters in Fulton decide to show their heads, the insects flying around. Knoch fade toward the end zone. Flag on the play. It'll be defensive pass interference. Defensive pass interference on Jeremy Barnwell, and he is furious. It looked like Paul or Joy. I didn't see who that was intended for, but they sold it quite well. So first and goal inside the 5. Knoch shotgun formation. Back to pass, now running, avoiding, spinning around, throwing back toward the end zone, off Stephen Paul's hands, and incomplete. That one mighty close as Paul came back to the football and ended up losing his footing. Would have been a nice catch, but it'll be second down and about 5 for a touchdown. (14-3) Syracuse leading. They took that lead in a halftime. 12:45 to go in the third quarter of play. Knoch will take the Ice Storm back out to the line. I formation, goal line offense. Handoff is given to number 23, Jason Young, and Young on... And Young is down at what it looks like the 3-inch line. So it'll be third down and a sneeze for Vermont. Knoch calling the audible from the line. It looks like Syracuse is ready to jump it. We have a flag on the field. False start on the offense. Be third and 10 now for that touchdown. 12:07 left here in the third. So Knoch throws left, incomplete. This will be a very nice stop for the Syracuse defense if they can hold. They can hold Vermont to 3 here. So the Syracuse defense doing its job, holding this team to 3 points after what looked like a promising drive for Vermont. Syracuse giving up a lot of penalty yards early in the drive. But holding Vermont to 3, which is a nice job, making the score 14-6 with 11:26 left to go in the third quarter. So after the field goal, Vermont will kick off. Barnwell, who got that penalty, and an onside kick is recovered by Vermont with 11:20 to go here in the third. So not exactly how Sean Payton drew it up in the Super Bowl, but pretty close. And Vermont has life here with 11:20 to go. They're only down by 8. And the momentum has just shifted. I can tell you who didn't support that onside kick is the River Vista Banquet Facility. They're a proud supporter of the Syracuse Shock. River Vista, located on the picturesque Oswego River, River Vista full-service banquet facility, welcoming weddings, holiday and retirement parties, corporate meetings, and more. Call today 592-2855 or rivervistacenter.com. Handoff given up the middle to number 23, Jason Young, and Young now driving left. He'll be stopped at the 39-yard line by Syracuse for about a 5-yard gain. 10:30 to go here in the third quarter. This is a major drive for both teams. Syracuse on defense, Vermont on offense. Vermont obviously wants to score and tie this thing up and force Syracuse back on their heels. Syracuse not having to play on their heels much this year. And for Syracuse, you obviously want to stop them and continue with what you're doing on offense, and that's continuing to move the ball and continuing to work the clock. Play action, blitz coming, and it looked like Knoch got it away just before the rush got there. Just before the rush got there. Third down now. After the incompletion, Knoch, who from a distance, has about the same build as former Southern California quarterback Todd Marinovich. Knoch, of course, I'm assuming hasn't been picked up on heroin charges like Marinovich has. Penalty marker on the field before the play. It'll be on the offense, so a 5-yard penalty will drop the Ice Storm back to a 3rd and 11 situation. So Knoch back to pass, avoiding the rush, and finds his receiver for a first down and more, all the way down to the 18-yard line. Pass was caught by number 89, Stephen Paul. So a nice play for a first down, and Vermont has working order again on the offensive side of the football. 3 yards away from the red zone. After the onside kick, Vermont a serious threat to score, and this thing could be knotted up. Handoff given up the middle to Young, who takes it inside the 20. 2nd down and 6. 2nd down and 5. Chance of defense as Knoch passes back off the hands of Paul and incomplete. That was a sure touchdown if Stephen Paul would have caught that pass. But he didn't, and we'll do it again. 3rd down and 5 for the Ice Storm. Fans, Gannon Pest Control is a proud supporter of the Syracuse Shock. Get your house protected now with the bee preventative treatment. Get half off an exterior ant treatment today. Call 454-8672 or go to GannonPestControl.com. That number again, 454-8672 or GannonPestControl.com. Knoch back to pass. Diving attempt by Paul out of bounds. And it'll be 4th down, and it looks like Vermont will have to settle for another 3. So about a 35-yard field goal now. Kick is low and no good on the line drive by Prano. 14-6, the score remains here. 8:26 to go in the 3rd. On that turnover on downs, and we'll see what TJ Sheard has up his sleeve on offense after a few possessions off. So with 8:26 left to go here in the 3rd, Sheard comes out. I formation offset. And timeout is taken on defense by Vermont. Fans of Syracuse Shock would like to thank the following for their support: the Off-Broadway Dance Center, the home of the lovely Shockettes, the Tavern on the Lock, the official after-party location of the Syracuse Shock, Mystic Music DJ Service, Mimi's Drive-In, and Kathy Cakes. The Shock extend their gratitude to you. So in the first half, Dwayne Gordon limited to just 66 yards rushing on 11 attempts, well below his season average in the first half. I actually placed the over-under about 100 yards more than he actually had, so that's why I'm not a Vegas odds maker, to say the least. I formation, motion, and handoff given to Gordon. Gordon fighting, trying to fight away from the linebacker, cannot get away. He's taken down by number 19. Number 19, Hamed Menskol. And Menskol will bring down Flash. It'll be 2nd down and 7 for TJ Sheard and his high-powered offense. Not seeing a lot of Tyrone Burke tonight, and I'm confused as to why Burke has been the favorite target of Sheard. On the year, he has 23 receptions for 354 yards and an average of 15 yards per catch. Toss play, right. There goes Gordon through the line, breaking tackles into the secondary, and he's taken down right around the 45-yard line of Syracuse. So first down after Dwayne Gordon's let loose a little bit. Seven minutes remaining here in the third quarter. I formation for the shock. And I believe we have false start on the offense. 5-yard penalty. Five-yard penalty on the offense. That'll bring him back. 1st and 15 for Syracuse now. Just a mix-up on communication. I count 8 in the box. 8 in the box for Vermont here. And handoff given to Dwayne Gordon. Dwayne Gordon getting by the initial tackler, breaking free into the secondary. And Dwayne Gordon puts on the afterburners. He's taken down right around the 40-yard line. And Dwayne Gordon made Nate Dolan look absolutely silly with his stutter step. Around the 45, getting the extra 5 yards, Dwayne Gordon. And Flash Gordon does not disappoint here. Things seem to be moving for this Syracuse offense with 5:40 to go left in the first. A composed TJ Sheard stepping to the line on the 40. Double tight ends to the left. Chaplin now goes in motion. Handoff given to Gordon up the middle, who is bulldozing his way for another 10-yard gain. And he's close to another Syracuse shock first down. Late flag after the play was over. I believe an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty has been called on Syracuse, it looks like. So personal foul has been called on Syracuse. It'll be 2nd down and 15 yards. So 2nd and 15 here after the unsportsmanlike personal foul on Syracuse. And I'm not sure why the chain gang was just brought out after. So it'll be 2nd down. It'll be 2nd down and 16 after the dead ball foul. So Sheard again, this time setting up in the shotgun. 4 wide receivers set. Sheard over the middle, tipped and almost intercepted. Ball does hit the ground. Play on the ball was made by number 22, Gary Grant. So 3rd down and 15 for TJ Sheard, who will be forced to pass. That may be a statement too soon because you do have Flash Gordon in the backfield. Sheard back to pass and intercepted. Intended receiver Tyrone Burke, and this may be a big return. Knocked out of bounds finally at the 36-yard line. Nice play on the ball. Looked like Kyle Chaplin made that play for Vermont. So Vermont, again, within striking distance here. 4 minutes left in the third in a game of back and forth. So Knotch comes back, I formation, blitz being shown by Syracuse, and again in offsides, lining up in the neutral zone. Ball is given to Jason Young, and it looks like Young's pretty close to a 1st down after Syracuse has lined up in the neutral zone. Penalty declined, and it's a 1st down anyway for Vermont. And mentally, Syracuse is not doing so hot right now, giving up too many penalty yards on defense and hurting their offense with false starts and holding penalties as well. So if Syracuse cleans it up here, they'll be okay going into the 4th quarter. I formation Knoch, handoff given. Handoff given to Young up the middle for a gain of about 3, and it'll be 2nd down and 6. Be 2nd and 6 from the 25-yard line. Knoch, handoff given, and that was snuffed out early. Is that who I think it is? I believe it's Dwayne Gordon making the tackle. This kid can do it all. Snuffing out the run. Absolutely blew that play up in the backfield from the start. And it'll be 3rd down. Be 3rd down and 12 now for the Ice Storm. So Knoch hurrying to the line here. 3rd down and 12 for the Ice Storm is what is a big possession. A lot of turnovers here in the second half. Knoch throwing over the middle, batted down by Barnwell, and he made a nice play on the ball to break that one up. So 4th down, and hats off to the Syracuse defense. As much as they've dug themselves a hole here with constant penalties, they put up when the time comes. Syracuse defense and realizing when big plays are upon them and coming through tonight. So 4th down and 11 here. Knoch back to pass. He's looking left, throwing, and intercepted on the far side by Syracuse. And it's Barnwell again. Barnwell making that nice play on 3rd down, intercepts it on 4th down. Have yourself a day, Jeremy Barnwell. So teams will flip sides, and somebody will again try to score. TJ Sheard coming out on his own 20-yard line. 14-6, Syracuse leads with 1:30 to go here in the 3rd quarter. Sheard has Chaplin and Gordon in the backfield. 2 wide receivers to his right, 1 to his left. Handoff, play action. And Sheard, just trying to get back to the line of scrimmage, is forced out of bounds and almost runs over part of the chain gang. So that's one thing Sheard does well, is he can avoid the rush and he can give you a few runs if necessary. Would I want him running the ball all the time? No, but TJ Sheard does have that ability. Tim Knoch on the other hand, only 4 attempts for 24 yards rushing this season, although he does have 1 touchdown. So Sheard, toss play to Gordon. Gordon gets a block, finding a hole, cutting back, and Dwayne Gordon could go and fumble on the ground. It is recovered by Vermont. And another change in possession in the 3rd quarter. If instant replay was available during this game, I'm sure Dwayne Gordon's knee would have been down. But that luxury is not available here to us at Fulton High School. I don't believe we provide live. Does live sports video supply replays, Westbrook? I'm being told that they do. Okay, all right. We'll get back to you on that. So, as of right now, I'm going to say no. So another turnover after the Flash Gordon fumble, and Canach will be back to pass, throwing over the middle, up top, and knocked down. Double coverage on the play. That was DePaul Crowell breaking that one up. Along with number 21, Chris Davis. So with under 30 to play, Canach sets his team back up at the 42-yard line. Shotgun formation. And the option will be run. Oh, the option will be run by number 47, Sam Jones. Jones pitching it to Young after just before getting a licking off the pitch. And that'll be a gain of about 5. That'll be a gain of 5, and that'll be the end of the third quarter. What a hit. What a hit Sam Jones took off that option pitch. So after the third quarter, Syracuse leading 14-6. And Coin Textile Services is one of the largest privately owned uniform rental establishments in the United States. Coin rents, leases, sells, and launders textile products, including workplace uniforms, career apparel, protective garments, shop towels, and more. For more, go to cointextileservices.com. That's www.cointextileservices.com. COYNE, textileservices.com. people in the booth know my references. It always makes
That just says I'm old.
using the reaches of the jungle. Great time, nothing to worry about. Didn't have to really go to school yet. The late handoff up the middle. Given to Akeem Williams, and Williams gets about halfway to the first down marker from the 45-yard line. So 5:45 left to go here in the fourth quarter. It has been an absolute blistering pace in the second half. Scores. Pass was caught by number 21, Corey Matthew. Bounces off the high hit. And goes all the That's why you listen to your Pee-wee coach when he tells you to hit him low. Wrap the legs up. Mobilize the receiver. Something that did not happen on that play for Syracuse. And Vermont still within striking distance here with 5:15 left to go in the fourth. Trust their defense, I'm pretty sure. So after that touchdown by Corey Matthew, it's now 21-13. Syracuse leading, but again, Vermont within striking distance. They'll be able to kick it off from the 50 after that mindless late hit in the back of the end zone. And onside kick bounces into the hands of Syracuse. Onside kick was recovered by number 72, 6'4", 295-pound Chris Andrews. So Syracuse will have possession on their own 40 here. 5:13 remaining. 21-13, Syracuse. I formation for Sheard here on his own 40. Toss play, given to Flash Gordon. He's trying to make a hole. Gets through for a nice 7-8 yard gain for Dwayne Gordon. Dwayne Gordon trying to be a champion during this football game. Champions Martial Arts is a proud supporter of Dwayne Gordon and the Syracuse Shock. Champions believes in, quote, building champions in life, one lesson at a time. Take the first step to becoming a champion today. Call 315-491-8822 or go to thechampionsma.com. That number again, 491-8822 or thechampionsma.com. I formation. Fullback give up the middle for Chaplin, who will get, looks like 3 yards on the play, and he's going to be pretty close to a Syracuse Shock first down with 4 minutes left. Coach Kenny Anderson's probably going to do all he can to milk this clock for all it's worth. So it'll be third and a hop for Syracuse here. Have to get the ball to the 50-yard line for it to be a first down. Toss play given to Gordon. Gordon running left, still running left, evading two tacklers. And he's punched out of bounds at the 45-yard line. First down for Flash Gordon. And the clock will continue to run here. 3 minutes to go in the fourth. Syracuse doing exactly what they want to do, melt the clock away, not take too many big chances, and continue to keep the ball out of the hands of Vermont. If you're hearing beside me, what are the effects of a 5-year-old playing Mario and Luigi? Another classic Super Nintendo video game for all of you 90s babies. Play action, Sheard running right, still running right. Again, a flag is thrown, and he's pushed out of bounds at the 39-yard line. Flag is on the field. And so is number 73 for Syracuse, Chico Hale. Chico Hale. And looks like Chico's getting up under his own power, shoving his teammate away, and Chico looks to be all right. The flag has been put on Syracuse, and that'll drop him back, so it'll be first down and 20 for the Shock here. And surprisingly, this actually might work in their favor if they continue to execute the game plan of just milking the clock. I mean, they've got the 2-minute warning to contend with. I'm pretty sure Vermont has 2 timeouts left. Toss play given to Dwayne Gordon. Gordon getting to the 50, over the 50, to the 48-yard line almost. And Gordon has a 6-yard gain. Timeout Vermont here before the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes and 10 seconds away. 10 seconds away from the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes and 10 seconds away from the end of the game. What a tear this song has made across the country. Anthem of the summer, that can be guaranteed almost. Carly Rae Jepsen is just taking over America. She might as well run for president. Actually, I don't know how well that'd work out, due to the fact that most of our listeners are under the age of 18 and cannot register to vote. Second down and still a mile for the Syracuse Shock offense as we are winding down here in what has been a tight game. A lot of possession changes, a lot of turnovers, a lot of mental mistakes, but it's been a very good football game. Handoff given to Chaplin, and Chaplin has no gain. No gain on the play, and we have a timeout taken by Vermont, and that was their final timeout of the second half. Unless Syracuse goes out of bounds, Vermont will only have one more chance to stop the clock, and that is in 3 seconds. Fans, Coin Textile Services is a proud supporter of the Syracuse Shock. Coin Textile is one of the largest privately owned uniform rental establishments in the U.S. Coin rents, leases, sells, and launders textile products, including workplace uniforms, protective garments, and more. For more, go to cointextileservices.com. That's COYNE textileservices.com. Sheared back to pass on 3rd and long. Looks like a lost dog in between linemen. Now running left, avoiding the rush, and TJ Sheared dropped back for an absolute mammoth loss. 4th and 40 for the Shock. So with no timeouts, the 2-minute warning has struck here with 1:52 to go in the fourth after a 20-yard loss on the TJ Sheared scramble. So Syracuse will be forced to punt on 4th down and an eternity. Vermont bringing the house to block it. Flag on the play, as the punter was absolutely assaulted in the backfield. And it'll be an automatic first down after punter. After the punter was absolutely trucked after the kick. So mental mistakes which have plagued both teams here tonight, rearing its ugly head again And Syracuse will have a shot at a first down. On first down with the ball. And I have to say that that looks to be it. Just a bad penalty for Vermont. You don't want to do that. So barring any sort of unfortunate event, Syracuse will improve to 4-1 in the EFL, dropping Vermont to 2-3. Handoff given to Gordon. Gordon running left through the hole and picks yardage all the way up to the 40 where he stopped. And flags rein in as tempers are starting to flare here with 90 seconds remaining in the game. So we'll get the call from the head official. And we have a personal foul after the play called on Syracuse. And that's a 15-yard penalty, dropping the Shock again back into their own territory. So again, not being able to keep your emotions in check, haunting Syracuse. So 90 seconds left here on second down. It looks like Kenny Anderson will opt to just take a knee and run this one out. Vermont has no timeouts, and the 2-minute warning has passed. I hope that child that just fell is okay. Let it run down to the 40 seconds. And that'll do it. Syracuse improving here to 4-1 on what was a strange game, to say the least, but it was definitely a good game. A hard-nosed battle fought by both teams, and that'll do it here as time will tick down. So final score here in Fulton, 21-13. Syracuse improving to 4-1 even without offensive guard Jamie Hankey. So a nice win for Syracuse. Nice win for Syracuse. 4-1 on the year. As I said, Vermont dropping to 2-3. And player of the game, I'm going to have to give to Dwayne Gordon again. Even though he, by his standards, had a mediocre game. Played a nice game. So fans, next week, please join us back here again as we have a rematch. We have a rematch of the preseason opening game loss for the Shock against Monroe. Kickoff is at 7:30. Thank you for listening to us here on livesportsvideo.com. Syracuse winning 21-13 Fans are leaving, and I believe the game is still going on. I don't think the game's over. Timeout, Syracuse. Nobody is shaking hands yet. And some kind of confusion amongst players, coaches, officials, and I believe everyone who's involved somehow in this game. Coach Kenny Anderson getting a talking to now by the head official. The Syracuse Shcoks have left the building. They're apparently clocking out early. And apparently turnover on downs here. And Vermont will have one shot at the end zone. So the game is not over. And Vermont could have a chance to tie on the Syracuse 39 now. Hold the phone. Leave a message at the beep. Something here. I very confused. So Canach will have a chance to ring it deep. 5-step drop, running right, screen played, dropped, and out of bounds. And is that it? The scoreboard has nothing, and that'll be it. Yes, it will, as both teams are now walking toward midfield. Syracuse winning after a very strange ending to this game, 21-13. Again, thank you for listening and watching on livesportsvideo.com. Please join us next week when the Shock take on Monroe. For video cameraman, videographer, Westbrook Shortell. I was your play-by-play man, Jim Morgan. Again, thank you for listening on livesportsvideo.com. Syracuse Shock winning 21-13. Join us next week against Monroe right back here. Good night, everybody.